Hello, once again, my friends. Can everybody hear me this time? Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. If you're here, please kind of say hello so that I know that you're here, and please kind of put a like. Please confirm that you can hear me. And before we commence, if you can hear me, please write yes in the chat. All right, wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad that everybody can hear me. Uh, Darcy, Adrian, okay, wonderful. Before I say hi to everyone, as always, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. If you're here, please kind of put a like. As always, before we begin, you'll be able to find the link to my Patreon private group in the comments down below in the description on this video. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. Currently, everything has stalled. The price of XRP is hovering around 50 cents, 49 cents. It's in the region where we expected it to be, and the region was 51 to 59 cents. When everything was mooning, we expected it to correct back to that region. It is in that region right now. BTC is somewhere around 25.5K, and Ethereum is around $1,600. None of these entries are good enough to buy or sell. These are the kind of areas where a lot of people just randomly buy and get chopped up and make poor decisions. Unless you're a trader, you want to scalp here and there, or you want to trade, you're not really going to do much with your portfolio unless you have huge amounts of money, or unless you're using leverage. Yeah, so everything has stalled. Let's see. What are we doing? We're doing right now. I have been away for a few days, as I wanted to mention in the beginning of the other live that didn't work out. I've been away for a few days. I've been a little bit tired lately, but everything is fine. I'll be back on the horse tomorrow. I'll be back with you guys. I answer all the DMs, reach out to all the people, and answer all the questions. I know that some, for example, people like Will, if you hear that, reached out to me. I'll get back to you starting tomorrow. Like I said, I'll start answering all the DMs again. I just needed a little break, some family time. Yeah, let's talk about what's happening in the market. We hold the positions that we have. There's absolutely no reason to start selling the positions that we bought after major crashes for all the coins in the million spreadsheet. We hold those positions and we follow the strategy of dollar cost averaging into these coins. Currently, we have amazing entries on XRP and Bitcoin, Ethereum. We have many other coins that we're not going to name and state and mention here, but we have many entries on many more coins out there. We're talking about some wonderful, great entries, entries that we've been buying after 70 to like 98 or 99% crashes, depending on the coin. So the entries, it can't really get much better, right? So all we have to do right now is wait for the euphoria phase where the market kind of recovers. So yeah, we just wait. The money that is sidelined capital, we do not force entries with that money. We hold that money on the side. If the market moves forward, we miss out with that money, and we start selling, trading, take profits as the market moves forward. If the bullish momentum is sustained, we ignore all basically the nonsense. A lot of these people who act like children, saying stuff like, oh, you didn't buy in that phase, or you missed the train. Like we all know, all the members know that we didn't miss any trains. That anybody who's buying here, that we have better entries. So if you're in Patreon and have a million spreadsheet, once again, you know that to be a fact that our entries are better. So you ignore all these children out there and you stick to the plan. The plan is, like I said, we dollar cost average only at new lows. You know what the targets are. As for XRP, as I mentioned, it might take a while. We're gonna start swing trading XRP only into the 30 cent to the 5 cent region. Quite a big zone, but we're gonna dollar cost average if XRP goes there, and I believe that it's very likely that it's gonna go there. Once again, whether or not I'm right is relevant because we already have big XRP bags, bags that we accumulated in the last cycle at 15 and 10 cents and 20 cents and 19 cents, but basically all these great targets, and the heaviest entry being at 15 cents that we're waiting for, right? Especially with me as an OG, you know how long we waited for those entries. Either way, the point I'm trying to make is, to this day, the XRP entries are in profit. So even if we wanted to sell right now, we could sell them for a decent, good profit, the kind of profit that most people don't have in this market. But we're going to hold because the question is very simple. Do you believe XRP will be over $1 in the future? I personally believe that it will be over $1 for sure in the future. Therefore, there's no point for me to sell. All I have to do is be patient. But once again, this is not the kind of zone where we buy either. We're going to buy only if we're going to see new lows. The region that I named, if you're in Patreon, you're going to know every single entry that's executed there. You're going to know what amount of money I bought with, at what price, which percentage I allocated, and if you remember, once again, you're going to know every single time I sell and get out, and then we're going to be basically swing trading with any time with any sum that you're comfortable with. You're going to take that and do that. As I mentioned earlier, for me, it's going to be $30,000. And if we go as low as 5 cents, I'll probably break it up to $50,000. I'm going to swing trade with that. I'm going to show you how easy it is basically to swing trade as long as you're patient. If we don't get those swing trades, we'll just start selling once the market moves forward, and eventually we'll move forward. So, one of the main reasons why people lose a lot of money in this market is because they want to trade and have money now, so they force these entries, they force terrible trades, they chase trades, don't let trades come to them. A trade is kind of like basically setting up a trap, right? You set a trap, and if animal comes into it, you pull the trigger, right? And then you get to eat. Same thing with trades, right? You can't force trades, you can't force setups, because then you're going to see what you want to see and you're going to get burned. All I can tell you is this: I don't know if XRP is going to go to the 30 cent to the 5 cent region. I have no idea. I'm not Nostradamus. Nobody out there can guarantee that. But I can tell you that if it goes there, I have money on the sidelines, and I'm going to take like an okay amount of money and start swing trading it, showing you live on Patreon exactly how we're going to turn that into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Basically, the end goal is to turn it to $500,000. And every single Patreon member is going to get to see me do that if we hit to the 30 cent to the 5 cent region. It's very straightforward thinking. Like, if you think about it, it's very easy to buy, XRP if it goes to you have to do roughly 30 cents and roughly, let's say 20 cents, roughly 10 cents and 5 cents, for example, right? And then you just have to hold. Do you think XRP will pump above 50 cents in the future? Of course it will. If it goes as low as that, and it probably will go as high as 65 cents or 60 cents, and you can sell there for amazing profits. Swing trades with 50%, 100%, 150% profits. It just, of course, is going to take time. Very often these swings can take half a year, sometimes even a year. But these swings are amazing. So we're going to be doing that. Otherwise, we'll hold the positions that we have. If the market nukes harder and gives us new lows, we're going to buy. If it simply nukes and Bitcoin goes to something like 2080, 20K or 18K or 17K or 15K, we're not going to be buying in those zones, because once again, we bought already in those zones. We do not buy where we already bought. Whenever we buy, our entries have to be better every single time, meaning that we'll only buy if the market goes below 15K Bitcoin. If it doesn't go there, we're not buying anything. We're sticking around, and we're just holding what we have. Also, in addition to that, like I said several times, if you really, really want to buy some coins, join the $99 tier. There are plenty of gems out there that I've done a heavy research on. And some of those gems are going to pump very hard. Of course, some of these gems are going to go to zero and die, and probably going to be a rug pulled and are going to be completely destroyed and forgotten. That's just part of investing. But that's not going to matter, because the other O's that deliver 50 to 100x profits are going to make sure that you're going to win profits either way. It's just something that you have to be psychologically prepared for. You're not going to, score every single goal playing football. You're not going to win every single, match of chess. You're not going to get your money back with every single coin, and not every single trade is going to work out. Best traders have losing trades. The best investors have losing investments. It's just reality, the way that it is out there, right? Other than that, like I said, I took a little break for a few days to be with my family. We literally just got back from I forgot what that place was called. What was that place called that we went to? IMG? Yeah, it was basically, I think it was like IMG World, Adventure World, something like that. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to post a few pictures on Twitter. Other than that, yeah, guys, there's really not much to talk about. So like I said, starting tomorrow, I'll answer all the DMs, all the questions, all the members, all the people on Twitter. Of course, my numbers come first, so might take me another day, actually, because I have to answer all my students and make sure that every single member is taken care of. And then I'll move on to Twitter. Then feature market update is coming. I'm going to provide an update just so that people know what's happening in depth with charts and more detail, much more detail than here on YouTube. We just talk about things generally. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Just please do not force entries. I've come here, I've been coming on here quite often lately, and reminding you: do not force entries. Do not force entries. Do not force entries. I don't know what investment strategy you're following out there. I don't know what you're really doing, but I do know that if you've been with me and with the crypto coins crew and you were accumulating where you're supposed to accumulate, there's absolutely no reason why you should be wanting to buy at these prices, because these prices are a lot higher than where we bought. So why would you buy a lot higher where you bought? It makes no sense, absolutely, if you just take the emotions out of the equation. If you're, of course, an emotional investor, you're probably going to end up getting absolutely wrecked and destroyed by this market and lose money. So if you're making emotional decisions, that's not a good thing. As long as you take emotions out of the equations and you just think logically, like a cold-hearted, calculating computer, you're going to make the right choices. Right now, if you're cold-hearted and calculated, and you look at strict math, the math is, why would you buy entries that are a lot higher than where you bought? Like, for example, when people were buying Bitcoin at 32K, I was saying, like, do not buy here. Why would you buy here? It's up like 100% from where we bought. Ethereum was up like 100% from where we bought, and other coins also, right? So, like, why would you do that, right? That makes no sense. Absolutely, mathematically speaking, it makes no sense. Absolutely, statistically speaking, in terms of probabilities, it just makes no sense, right? That people make a lot of emotional investment decisions that end up hurting them. You have to take emotions out of this game. Either way, my friends, remember, for now, what I can say on the YouTube live is that be patient, hold the great entries that we have, and only dollar cost average at your most, and do not force entries. As for the Patreon market update, it will be a lot more detailed. Let's talk about basically. I think I already covered it with XRP, right? And Bitcoin. Historically, once again, we're not Nostradamuses, and small time frames, they really don't matter. They really don't. But if we're to talk about what's likely to happen, and it's already been happening, don't forget that just like a week ago, we had this strong ETF narrative that people were saying that we're going to pump because of the ETF narrative that apparently ETFs have been approved, which is a complete lie, as I pointed out several times. And I said that historically September has been a red month, and therefore we're much more likelier, based on historic data and likelihood and probabilities, to see the prices depreciate. That's exactly what happened. XRP already has gone to 48 cents. Bitcoin went to 25K. And the month has been red so far. 8 out of 10 months. 8 out of 10 Septembers have been red in the past, and the last 6 Septembers in a row, I believe, have been red. So it would have to be really, the odds are really stacked against you. And I've mentioned this several times. So far it's red, so it would make sense, once again, in accordance with historic data, to see this market be red and the prices depreciate. Could Bitcoin drag the market down and give us the entries that we want? Well, I believe that's pretty much the only thing that can happen. Bitcoin always drags down the market or pulls it up. In the bearish market, in the bear market, it always drags everything down, and that's how you get great entries. And the bull market, it drags many coins up with it, and not all of them, which is exactly why you diversify once again. Because some coins will deliver excellent gains, and other coins will go to zero, die, and never be in the top 100 again, and probably fall to like 1,000th position on coin market cap, and the team will disappear, disperse. Nobody will talk about it, and you'll be holding a liquid digital asset, and all the investors in the coin will be pissed off, and the community disappears. That's what happens with the majority of the coins. So therefore, please kindly make sure that you diversify into different coins with different narratives. Very important. I know that people don't like to hear it, especially maximalists, but as I always say, when you listen to someone, make sure that they know what they're talking about. And these people actually make great gains off crypto. For example, I have people who've been following me since 2016. OGs know exactly, step by step, everything was shared on Twitter. What my predictions were, the heat that I took for it, when I sold, when I bought, what I sold. So, I've changed my life doing what I do. If you're following people who are talking about, a bunch of nonsense, for clicks and likes and monetization, where are the results? I always have to ask yourself, where are the results? There are no results. You know what I mean? There are no results for the majority of the people out there. Majority of people who give you these price predictions, like, for example, I'll give you a statistic that once again nobody talks about. That over, like, most, like I don't know the exact percentage, but nearly every single one, like literally nearly every single high price prediction for Cardano, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and many other coins out there since 2016 have never come true. At one point, I was keeping track of these predictions, and I believe like two maybe came true. And we're talking about tens of predictions out there that never came true. Therefore, this can tell you that in the future, once again, when it's time to take profits in your euphoria phase and you're laddering out and setting trading take profits, that what you can expect is that the majority of price targets out there will not be hit. Many of our price targets will not be hit. But that's okay. We know that we're realistic investors. We're not mood boys. We're not, little kids. We know that that's the case. And as experienced investors, we're going to have trailing take profits. And whenever that trailing take profits is hit after big pumps, we're going to get out of the market and sell for a great profit either way. Even if it's much smaller than expected, it's still going to be a great profit, still going to outperform the majority of the market. And we're not going to rotate those profits. We're not going to touch those profits until the market has nuked and crashed really hard once again. And only then we're going to take a portion and rotate that back into the market after massive crashes, anywhere from 70% to 99%, on average, roughly 85% to 90% crashes on the coin. And it's as simple as that. Very straightforward, simple strategy. Takes time, takes a lot of patience, takes emotion. There's not no hype involved in there, so it's not very popular because people like hype producing stuff. But yeah, whatever it is, what it is. Anyway, let's see what you're saying, my friends. Reba Bunhead is saying, came in early. Good to see you here, brother. XRP Tiny, good to see you. Adrian Mislimi, good to see you, brother. Darcy, good to see you. Zifnab, hello. XRP Tiny Papa saying Visa press release. What are you referring to, brother? Sergio Azevedo saying hello, Rob. Have a nice day, my friend. Thank you, Sergio. Hope you're having a wonderful day too, brother. Bumping Ugly saying, what up, Rob? Catching you on the day off. When the 30 days are over, would you consider maybe continuing to do a stream once a week? Thank you, homie. Yes, brother. Actually, the 30 days are over, and this is exactly what I'm doing it because I've received quite a few requests. I don't know how many, but significantly enough for me to notice that people do enjoy the lives, and people have asked me to continue the lives. So here I am continuing the lives. The Casper Art, hello from Slovenia. He says, hello, brother. Hope you're well. Damien Black, good to see you here. Belly Chavez, that's a member. Belly, good to see you here. She's saying, hi, Rob. Member here from Cali. Hope you're good. Sending lots of positive energy. Thanks again. And I'll keep on thanking you for passing on this knowledge. And Belly, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you for that beautiful message. Hope you're well in Cali. My friend, International Crypto Asset Ninja, saying, good day, Rob. Hope you're having a good day. I am, brother. Thank you. Hope you're too. Damien Black is saying, always love hearing your point of view. Damien, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. International Crypto Asset Ninja saying, let's get after it, everyone. Absolutely, my friend. If you have any questions, my friends, let me know. We're gonna sign off pretty soon. If you're here, once again, please kind of put a like. I think I've covered everything there's possible to cover. Once it comes to swing trading, like I said, it's going to take a while for the euphoria piece to kick in. That being the case, since we won't be locking in heavy profits anytime soon, I still want to make sure that we're locking in good profits. That's exactly why we're going to start swing trading with XRP, but we'll only do so if we have very good entries. And very good entries are only in that region that I named earlier. And it's still going to take a while for the swing trades to work out. Swing trading is a thing that can take a while, not years, but like it can take a while. But the profits are great, and the likelihood of succeeding is much higher than when you're day trading, scalping, or simply trading. Really, like scalping is very dangerous. A lot of people get destroyed there. Day trading is very dangerous. You have a 95% failure rate and only 5% success rate. But either way, I do want to make sure that we're putting money in our pocket before the euphoria phase. So we're going to start swinging trading XRP. Let's see. Ignore all, like I always say, ignore all the noise, ignore all the narratives out there. I keep reiterating that basically Bitcoin is not going to hit $200,000 this year. It's not happening. Bitcoin will not hit $200,000 in 2023. It will not hit $100,000 in 2023. XRP will not hit $10 this year in 2023. Dogecoin is not going to $1 in 2023. I don't know what else do you have. The Ethereum is not going to 15 or 20K this year in 2023. It's just the likelihood of that happening, speaking statistically, based on fractals, based on past performance, mathematics, percentages is tiny. If I'm wrong, well, okay, I'll be very happy to be proven wrong. That means that basically we're just going to start taking profits earlier. It's not, once again, you ignore all the childish narratives. Somebody points out that we're wrong about the time frame. Who gives a shit, my friends? Excuse my French. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If it happens sooner, we'll lock in profit sooner and we get out of the market sooner because our main metric is percentages and time frame is only a secondary metric that is used to get it with percentages if they align to see whether or not there's a good time to get in the market or get out of the market, like we've done in the past. And that's it, right? You have to understand that basically there are many things out there that you have to ignore. Like for example, just recently, I'll give you a point. Like I covered recently this statement about I don't remember the person's name, but the person basically predicting that the XRP is going to be worth like $500 in the coming months, like 5 months or so. And I basically tweeted that's not going to happen. There's another prediction that's going to fail. And I had like I believe like close to 200 people, like 180 people who were extremely upset on a childish level. Uh, you know, well, being out of line, being rude, and I just block. Like I just literally blocked like 180 people because it's just not something I need to spend my energy on. Right? That's not something that's going to put money in my pocket. That's not something that's going to help me be a better investor. Childish nonsense is not important. So you ignore stuff like that. And then on the day, as I try to teach on Patreon, you always ask yourself, right? No matter what your market expectations are, that's not really relevant. What's relevant is what are you doing, right? At the end of the day, what are your actions? What is the strategy? What are you going to do? That's what should be the end result. Whatever it is, right? You can expect the market to go up. You can expect the market to go down. Doesn't matter, right? When you listen to some influencer out there, when you listen to some kind of YouTuber out there, when you're reading tweets out there, it doesn't matter what they're telling you. Up or down is going to go sideways. Ask them, what are you doing? Right? Can you tell me the amount of money you're using, the entry, the exit, the trailing take profit, the stop loss, right? Which is what I provide, which is what I talk about in exact rough estimates, but basically with the numbers there on Patreon for all the coins and all that. I cover that in great detail and I tell you what I'm doing. And if these people don't tell you that, they're just talking out of their ass, right? They're just talking out of their ass. You have to be aware of that. Once you've been in the market as long as me, you have as much experience as me in the speculative markets, you'll come to these realizations yourself sooner or later. If you have been in these markets as long as me, but you haven't come to these realizations yet, I don't know what to tell you. It looks like it's not a place for you to be. If you still haven't made millions of dollars since 2016, if you've been in crypto and you haven't made millions of dollars, it looks like you have to probably forget what you have been doing. It means that despite you thinking that you're good at what you do, you're not. Because if you didn't make millions since 2016, you had at least $10,000 to invest, you had to be pretty bad at crypto, right? So that's just a fact, right? I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being realistic. So if you haven't been able to achieve that, forget what you thought you knew and forget what you think is coming. Like it hasn't been working, for 6 years, 7 years. I mean, enough is enough, enough is enough, brothers, so like listen to people who know what they're doing. Listen to people who have made their lives much better. Listen to people who have made millions, who have achieved financial freedom, so learn from them, especially if people are willing to teach you, just like I've learned a lot, you know what I mean? I've made a lot of my share of mistakes. I've learned, I've adjusted, I've adopted, and I achieved what I wanted to achieve. It wasn't an easy journey, but little munchkin. My wife and daughter are playing right next to me, like I said, which just got back. So yeah. All right, let's see what you're saying, my friends. Relax says, do you get mad if we ask for price predictions? Relax, do I get mad? No, I only probably get a little bit frustrated when people are rude, when they say outrageous, like especially when they lie. Like I don't see why I would have to get mad about price predictions. I only get frustrated with people when they're extremely rude or when they make up some utter nonsense. Like for example, that I was saying that XRP is going to go to 589 back in 2017 and 2018, whatever, when OGs and thousands of people know, and how I made my infamous reputation in the XRP community, just saying that it's going to 15 cents and I'm going to buy with the bulk of the investment portfolio that I have for XRP at 15 cents, right? And so when people blatantly lie and produce this BS, that frustrates me. That I automatically block people like that because people just like, I don't know, I don't know why they distort reality. I don't know what the goal is there, but that frustrates me. As for asking for price predictions, that does not frustrate me. If you want to know what my price predictions are, you can always join my Patreon. You'll find out what you need there. Read all the articles. Send me a DM. I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. And also, despite what my price targets are, like I said, there'll be trading take profits for every single coin in the euphoria phase after many coins have pumped hard. And I think that the market is coming to an end. The cycle is coming to an end, and then I see that the risk reward is no longer favorable as it is now. Like right now, there are a lot of coins that are down a lot, so the risk reward is favorable if you're willing to hold long term. But once many coins have pumped hard, it will no longer be in favor of bulls, and the risk reward will not be favorable. That's where one will be using trailing take profits for every single coin. And a person will tell you this from my personal experience and from my personal opinion. Trailing take profits are a lot more important than your price targets. Not just my 2 cents on the matter. Digital citizen, Chris is saying, that's right, Rob. Enough is enough. Cheers, brother. Relax is saying, I have 10,000 own XRP in this smart. Relax, brother. You're not using commas or dots. Let me read that again. It says, I have 10,000 all in XRP. Is this smart? Only coin I really know. Okay. So, okay. Relax. In my personal opinion, of course, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do. People on my Patreon follow what I do because they choose to do so, right? They know what I do, and I share with them what I do from A to Z, and what I'm going to do in the future, right? What has helped me achieve financial freedom in 2 market cycles? It took years, but I got there. And what I'm currently doing now to achieve further financial freedom, and basically what I hope to have is like a luxury life for the rest of my life, right? To answer your question, I definitely do not think that's a good idea. I do not think it has nothing to do with XRP. It just has to do with statistics, probabilities, and what I've learned in the market in terms of what has happened in the past and the narratives that I was hearing while all that was going on. And what I heard and what I learned is that, honey, daddy is making live here. Excuse you, please. My little quickie. But yeah, anyway. I do not think that's a good idea because I do not believe that's a good idea to put all your money into any one coin. That's why, like I keep saying, maximalism is a disease, right? I don't believe it's good to be a maximalist of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, Doge, you name it. Name the coin. If you're all in on that coin, I will always tell you that, in my opinion, that's not a good idea. And I would never basically do that. And I would suggest that nobody does that. The problem with having only one coin is that, of course, it can be one of those coins that will pump extremely hard and you will get lucky. But the likelihood of that is quite low because there are currently like 25,000 coins out there in coin market cap alone. The odds of you finding that one coin that's going to pump super hard, and I bet that you think that's going to happen based on utility use cases, which is once again hasn't been proven historically and factually that use cases utility do nothing for the coin is bullshit. But so basically, like the likelihood that the one coin is that one special coin, and that you or I are such geniuses, or whatever maximalist out there, whoever he is or she is that so smart that this is the coin? Like mathematically, the likelihood of that is extremely low. Now, if you have many different coins in your portfolio, right? Let's say, for example, you have 10 coins. You're now 10 times more likelier to catch that one special coin, right? It's just simple probabilities and likelihood of something happening. I for one do believe that XRP will pump well in euphoria phase of the market, but that does not change the fact that I do believe that there are going to be many coins out there that are going to pump much harder than XRP, which is why I'm so heavily diversified. I have a lot of coins in my portfolio, and I believe that many of them will outperform XRP, but I also believe that XRP will outperform other coins. For example, I do believe, although I may be wrong, that XRP will outperform, for example, Bitcoin or Ethereum, for example, and other alts. So once again, to answer your question, I do not think that it's a good idea to be all in on any coin, any stock, or anything in this world. So you should not be all in on anything. Thomas Horton, my friend, is saying, let's go, Rob. Let's make some money. Cheers, brother. Absolutely. Tamurkan is saying, good to catch a live session after some time. Good to see you, Big Rob. Good to see you, brother. Tamur, thank you for joining. Digital Citizen Allow Chris is saying, I learned the hard way it's a bad idea. I still have my bag, but adding other gems on Rob's Patreon. Digital Citizen, I'm glad to hear that, brother. What I've learned, once again, I base things on facts, right? I don't base things on theories. So, for example, there's a lot of talk right now of XRP, for example, being used in the derivatives market is going to drive the price to hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, or that it's going to be pegged to gold. Basically, all this fairy tale nonsense that we had for a very long time. I like to base things on facts, right? Theories are theories; they're just theories. When you look at past historical performance and what has happened more or less at fractals, percentages, math, probabilities, you're a lot likelier to do well because you're basing things on facts, right? So I prefer to base things on facts, and facts have shown me that diversification is a good idea. I have no idea like where people come up with this idea that diversification is bad. Some people share basically this idea of Warren Buffett saying that diversification is bad. You're talking about a guy here who has so much money in his portfolio, his investment strategy is completely different. You're talking about a guy here who missed out on the best performing asset in the last like 12 years, calling it rat poison, Bitcoin. It has outperformed, and to this day, in like the last 10 years, from the moment basically Bitcoin has appeared, it has outperformed his portfolio a huge way, percentage-wise. And to this day, he calls it rat poison. If he had simply bought Bitcoin instead of calling it a rat poison, he would have made insane amounts of money, way more money than he has right now. But he didn't. And this guy's telling me that diversification is bad. So very often people think that it's something that has been said by some billionaire or investor that they know what they're talking about. You have to realize, because I keep track of the stuff, right? Like, for example, I remember during the top around $65,000 Bitcoin when I was selling. Once again, I've spoken about this several times. People were telling me that everybody's saying everything's going to the moon. This Tim Draper guy is saying that we're about to go to $250,000, and I'm selling too early. And they were literally asking me, do you, Rob, seriously believe that you're smarter than these guys and know better? You're basically a broke pleb. You're an idiot. Many other rude stuff. This guy's a billionaire, you know nothing. And I said, yes, I do believe when it comes to crypto, I know better, which is why I'm selling and I'm getting out. And what happened? We did not go to $250,000. We crashed, as I expected, roughly 70, 80, and 90%. We got 70, 80%, 90% not yet. I hope we get it, so we get some more great entries. The point I'm trying to make is, look at facts, check things yourself, my friends. Just because somebody told you diversification is a bad idea, I mean, why would you like just, oh, okay, I like what this guy says, what makes sense. He said diversification is a bad idea. What does it matter what this person is saying? Go check for yourself. Go check, for example, of course, like I said, you might get lucky and you bought the Dojo last coin. Yes, you would have done very well. But now let's look at statistics of the likelihood. You weren't there. For example, I was buying Doge nearly at the exact bottom, right? But you weren't there buying it, right? It was talked about as a dead meme coin that will never pump again. And it was down like 99% in one point. And why I was buying is because I stuck to my strategy. Ignore the narrative, ignore the fact that everybody's calling it shitcoin, ignore the fact that everybody's saying there's no utility in use cases, ignore all that stuff, simply diversify into different coin with a different narrative, buy after huge crash, dollar cost average, and that's all I did, right? And that's why I caught dojos. So the point I'm trying to make is, don't just believe what people say out there. Diversification is a great idea. You know what I mean? I caught many pumps due to diversifying. Had I been a Bitcoin maximalist, if I had bought the exact bottom at $3,200, sold the exact top at 69K, I would have made like roughly 2,000%, right? And now let's bring reality into the picture. You will never buy the exact bottom and sell the exact top. So if you did well enough like me, you got roughly a 1,500% profit. That's amazing, by the way, right? Amazing play. Let's say you got 1,500% profit. Still, that's only 1,500% profit in comparison to what other coins did, right? And returns are diminishing. So this time, the returns on BTC will be smaller once again. So think about what BNB did, for example, right? Like what 130x or something, right? Think about what VT did. Like with me, it was an 80x, but it did way more than that because once again, I didn't buy the bottom, I didn't sell the top, I just bought very low, sold very high. So the point I'm trying to make once again, do not be a maximalist of any coin. Do not believe the bullshit that's being spewed out there by people. Diversification is a great idea. Last cycle we had bought Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, Doge. I don't know what didn't do well. Let's Electron or some, I don't know, Dino coin. Dino coin, let's say, went to zero. Electron went to zero. XRP, let's say you caught 1,000% pump. Let's say on Bitcoin you caught 500% pump. Let's say on Ethereum you caught 3,000% pump. On Dogecoin you caught like a 5,000% pump. And on VT, let's say you caught, I don't know, a 4,000% pump. That's it. You made amazing profits. You get up. Now, what if you only bought Dynacoin, for example, whatever coin you want to name it, with amazing utility, use case narrative, gone to zero, or only pumped like 400%, because there were also out there that only did like 400 to 500% from bottom to peak before everything crashed hard. What if you got that one? You're over. You're done. You're done. And trust me, if you've been here once again since 2016, 2017, there were so many alts back in those days that had amazing utility and use case narratives that nobody even talks about. You've never heard of these coins if you're a newcomer. I could go back, and look at the screenshots of my pictures, and I kept telling people back then in my YouTube videos also that these coins, majority of them, right? When you look at just when you think about it, right? When you think about it, there's absolutely no way that all these coins are going to succeed. Like so many of them are going to die. Just make sure that you do like diversify, basically. Make sure that you get different coins for different reasons. And people ignored me. Like there were so many maximalists of these coins. These communities are gone. These projects are no longer, being developed. The makers of these projects are gone. You never heard of these projects. They went from like position 50 to like position 500, 800, 1,000. Majority of these coins will never recover. They're illiquid. You can't even sell them anymore. They're not on exchanges. Many exchanges that listed them, like for example, Binance. And the utility and use case was that they're going to change the world. And there were thousands, if not tens of thousands of people who truly believe that these coins are going to change the world. Where are they now? You never heard of them. Have they changed the world? Absolutely not. So just be aware of the fact that most coins overpromise and most coins do not deliver. Be aware of the fact that no matter how great and fantastic the narrative is, that every single coin out there at this point in the market is a pump and dump. You don't believe me? Open the chart and see what has happened to every single coin that is pumped hard. It is dumped hard. Look at what happened to any coin who went through a bear market. Down at least 78%, at least. And we're most likely down 95 and 99%, or 99.5%, or 99.99%. And then the tens of thousands of and then thousands of coins that went to zero will never recover. That's reality for you right there. That's why you should diversify. That's a lot of stuff people don't want to hear. A lot of coins that you see in the top 100 right now, many of them will be replaced in the future, right? That's why also in the $99 tier, we have other coins, which I believe that are very promising, that will deliver very well. Once again, since I'm a realist, I'm not a person who's full of shit, I'll tell you once again that some of these coins are going to go to zero and die, or be rug pulled, or will get scammed out of money, whatever, right? And then other coins will deliver very well and deliver amazing profits. It just is a part of the game. You have to understand that, right? You can't predict every little thing out there. And trust me, once again, use cases and utility narratives is not what drives the markets. Because yes, there are coins with use case and utility narratives that pump hard. There are those who go to zero. Then there are meme coins that pump hard. There are those who go to zero. There are privacy coins that pump hard that go to zero. There are AI coins that pump hard and go to zero. Like basically, the point being that you don't really know what's going to pump the coin, right? So you have to make sure that you have a bit of everything. The exchange coins that pump hard or go to zero. Look, you name it, right? I hope I got my message across, brother. Thomas Horton is saying, relax, get his millionaire spreadsheet, bro. It's $5, 100% worth it. Thomas Horton, thank you, brother, for the kind message. I appreciate it. Relax is saying, also S&P pumped recently. I saw a 50% increase, but I didn't listen to your tweet and didn't take profit. Would have been nice to take that 5K out. Brother, I didn't take profit either. Like I said, I tweeted several times when we're at 90 cents, and I made lives, right, saying that I'm not selling here, I'm not buying here. That the point is very simple. Do I believe, or do you believe, for example, that XRP is going to be over $1 in the future? I believe so. Like very high probability that that's going to be the case. Therefore, I do not take profits, because I believe all I have to do is to take better profits is wait, right? Did I buy any there? Of course not, because that's called chasing green candles and buying after a pump and serving as exit liquidity. So my entries to this day are in profit because I followed my strategy, and like I said, I bought very heavily at 50 cents, right? To this day, they're in great profit. And that's why, once again, I'm saying that I will only swing trade if we get the 30 cent to the 5 cent range, where we'll dollar cost average even into the swing trades. Only then will I swing trade, because that makes the risk and reward much more favorable for me to make good profits. Currently, the risk reward at 50 cents is not that good for me to get good profits. There's much more downside risk involved than reward. If we go to the 30 cent, 20 cent, 10 cent, 5 cent range, once again, I'm not saying that we will, I'm saying if we go there, I will allocate 30 to 50K dollar cost average into the dump and then wait for the coin for XRP to recover. I believe that even if it goes to something like 5 cents or something, it will go to back to roughly at least 50 cents and higher. And that's where you sell and you make a great profit, right? So yeah, I hope I'm making sense. A digital citizen, allow Chris is saying, I missed the post that said take profit. Had I seen it, I like to think I would have taken profit. Digital citizens, just like I said, brother, there was no tweet saying take profit. And once again, digital citizen, brother, if there would be such a tweet, it will not be on Twitter. Like my point is, if there was such information, it will not be on Twitter. It will be on Patreon. Like, for example, don't forget when we're swing trading XRP, where we bought at 35 cents, sold at 50 cents, and then bought back at, what was it, like 36 cents or something? I don't remember right now exactly. That was on Patreon. And only after the fact, once it already happened, since the information is no longer relevant, only then I posted the information from Patreon on Twitter. But like, yeah, if I'm going to be selling or something, only Patreon members are going to know that. I don't provide such information on Twitter anymore. Not like before. Relax says, no, he tweeted that it would go back down, but I didn't listen. Yeah, but once again, brother, it's not like I said them selling. Then we're kind of saying those big boys say one thing and do another. The majority listen to them and end up losing money most of the time. I enjoy your content because you do as you say. No tricks, no fairy tales. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for that kind message. My friend, the man from Chicago, is here. You're saying, don't forget to like this video. Rob is one of the realest, always dropping facts. Thank you, brother. Please kind of put a like. I would appreciate that. Relax is saying, only coin I believe in at the moment. Relax, wonderful, So basically, I'm not saying that you're an XRP maximalist, but look at your portfolio. Let's have this conversation, and people can watch this basically, kind of like a friendly debate. Yeah, let's call it. So relax. You just said that basically you have all your money in XRP, right? That makes you an XRP maximalist, right? And you just said is the only coin you believe in at the moment, right? Please tell me why is it that you believe in the coin. Please write in the chat why XRP is the only coin you're invested in and why it's the only coin that you believe in. Roger Vishner is saying, hi guys, member here. Believe him what he tells you about crypto. No joke. Roger Vishner, thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Cogshead is saying, sounds like someone is strangling a baby in the background. Brother, come on. No, Vicky's just playing with her mommy. They're eating and playing. Let's behave, brother. Let's behave. Relax. Yes, brother. So your answer is utility, right? Now let's look at basically once again what I just said, that the majority of utility coins that were in top 100 promising amazing basically solutions, and amazing technology that will change the world, coins that are now down and nobody's ever heard of and nobody will ever hear of, and they're dead, right? Just select a few of them are still up there. Now, there's nothing wrong, right, with investing into a coin based on utility narrative, right? I actually use utility and use case narrative as a metric to buy into a coin because it makes investors feel like they're buying something safe, right? It's just when you buy, you have to make sure that you have to understand that it's nothing but a narrative that is useful for you to pick out coins. You have to make sure that you yourself don't believe in a utility use case coin, because you have to make sure that you buy after the huge crash and you don't believe that basically the coin is dead. So you buy. You have to have conviction it's going to pump back up, and then once it pumps back up, you have to make sure that you sell, because if you don't believe in the utility narrative, you'll sell easily for a great profit, the kind of profits that the majority of people never make in any speculative market. But if you believe, you're going to keep holding because you're going to believe that the price is going to climb higher, as everybody always does, and then it doesn't, and you're once again wrecked when everything drops hard. So do not believe in the utility narrative. Be aware of the utility and use case narrative. Be aware of the fact that people are basically gravitated towards utility. Be aware of the fact that people pick coins based on utility and use cases because it makes them feel safe about their investment. But then open up the charts and look what has happened. Since we're talking about XRP, I'll tell you what has happened. And when our cycle dropped 97%, was the utility, right? 97%. So that just tells you, facts, maths tells you that the pipe was driven by speculation, not utility. And throughout the whole pump, right? Any OG who's here is going to can confirm this. Yet all the S&P maximum is saying that the price is being driven up by banks, institutions using it, by partnerships, and that it's never going back down again. 97% of that pump retraced. So that means that basically 97% of it was based on speculation, right? What has happened in this cycle? XRP is down roughly 85 or 86%. Is that what utility and use case coins do? You see what I mean? Is that what utility and use case driven assets do? Of course not. You see what I mean? Of course not. So it's not just about XRP. Any coin out there, you name it, there is no coin out there whose price is driven by utility, whose price is controlled by utility. There's the coin like that does not exist yet. We're simply not in that stage of the market, right? Once we basically the market nukes hard and we have our .com bubble moment for crypto, then hardcore regulations kick in and basically crypto becomes a traditional market like the stock market. Then yes, utility and use cases will start mattering. Everything will be much more stable. Development will be much slower, and the profits will be much smaller, and it will take a lot more time to make big profits. Then the stuff will start mattering. Until then, none of it matters. It's just a nice fairy tale for you to believe in to buy a coin, right? You have to understand that. You have to understand. Look at basically what the creators of these coins, or basically CEO of these coins or these companies, right, have been saying. They say a lot of stuff. Like they make so many promises, like, right, and they say so much nonsense that never comes to be. Just actually write down this stuff. Be aware of the information that's being pushed into your brain. Make sure you basically have like a filter everything that goes through your head. Write it down, and you'll see the amount of nonsense and garbage that is being spewed out there. For example, I know that this will trigger once again XRP holders. I just want to say I have absolutely nothing against XRP. I have a lot of XRP. I'll hold XRP, and I believe that even before you face, it'll be one of the coins that delivers and does well because it's a great speculative asset at this point in the market. It's a great way to make money if you buy low and sell high. You only know when to buy and sell, just like with any other coins. But anyway, and once again, I have nothing against Bradley Garlinghouse. But I just want to point out just one thing that I pointed out recently, and I'm not even going to go into all the other stuff, right? So basically, back in the day, one of the things that he kept reiterating, that he kept repeating, is that they're working closely, or they're just simply working with regulators. Nonstop, he would repeat that, right? And nonstop, everybody on Twitter, on YouTube would repeat what he said. This created, of course, this idea that the likelihood that they're going to be hit by a regulatory agency like the SEC is very low, since there are so many other shady coins out there. And a lot of people never even thought that the SEC is going to go after them. The notion alone was thought of as insane and stupid, and you were thought of as an idiot if you would say something like that, because the CEO was telling you that they're working closely with regulators. What happens? The number one regulator in the world, since the U.S. is the number one economy in the world, the biggest one with the biggest consumer market, hits Ripple. Next thing you know is that Bradley is announcing that the SEC is suing Ripple and him and Chris Larsen, I believe, for allegedly selling unregistered securities. Which, once again, I do not agree with that they're unregistered securities. I believe that XRP is a great, wonderful speculative asset. So I believe what happened was very unfair. I believe the fact that we got the wonderful news about the lawsuit that XRP is not basically security in secondary sale markets is wonderful, not only for Ripple and XRP community, but for the entire crypto space, right? The point I'm trying to make is that even the best people in this space, the most trustworthy people in this space, and I believe that Bradley is a very bright individual, and I truly do enjoy, some of his information, and I like him as a person. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Bradley's a likable guy. After I have absolutely nothing against him. That, like, he's a great dude. I would love to meet him in live, talk to him. The point I'm just trying to make is that everybody is human. Everybody says stuff that they believe in, or what they believe will happen. It's all just words, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen. You have to be aware of that. It's just, everybody's just a human being. Me, you, the CEO, the creator of a coin. And math, percentages, and probabilities is something which is a lot more solid, something that's a lot better than human emotions and theories, right? That's all I gotta say. Went off on a rant there. I'm sorry, my friends. Aaron Higuera is saying, "Hey Rob, I'm finally in the Patreon and want to diversify. I do hope XRP drops." Aaron, good to have you, brother. Thank you for joining. We don't know if XRP is going to drop with certainty, but I can tell you for sure that the strategy of our Patreon members and our Patreon strategy is very simple, that we only buy if we see basically new lows, basically roughly 30 cents to 5 cents. If that's going to happen, we're going to start swinging trade in that area. And if you did not get entries with me back in the last cycle, at 19 cents, 15 cents and 10 cents, you can also buy long-term bags there. Aaron, did you get some bags at 35 cents? Because my patrons and I did. If you're a new member, brother, hope you got some entries there. If you did, do not force entries there anymore. If not, you can buy some there once if it goes there. Crypto Thundercat is saying, "Peace, Rob. Thanks for sharing the disciplinary mindset. Patience is becoming a tool." Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. All right, my friends, it's been 51 minutes. Once again, it seems that we do enjoy having these sessions. Usually I try to stick to 30 minutes, but when 51 minutes in, please kindly put a like while you're here. If you have a last minute question or something, let me know. As always, if you want to join my private Patreon group, the link is here. All the Patreon members, I'll get back to you with every single DM question tomorrow. If you have any questions, once again, send me them on Patreon. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Everybody on Twitter, I'll answer the DMs after I've answered my members and students, because they are my number one priority. Thank you very much for joining the live. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Peace, happiness, and love, my friends. Bye-bye.